Hello, today is November the 11th. Well, actually, it's November the 10th. But Her Majesty records the Christmas message in October, doesn't she? Some date like that. So if she can do it, so can I. Uncle Mark, that's not his real name, of course, was my father's older brother, quite a bit older. There was a considerable gap between them, and Mark was older than conscription age when war broke out in 1939. And so he was too old for conscription, and my father, on the other hand, was too young for conscription. Not too young to join, but too young to be called up. But in 1939, in September, when war was declared, they both enlisted as soon as the war was declared. And Mark was killed in North Africa in 1943. Apparently, I didn't know her any other way, but my father's mother never got over that. He was her firstborn. All I have ever known of Uncle Mark was a photo of his grave. I think it must be in the British cemetery in Gaza. I hope it's okay. I know the British War Graves Commission is very careful about such things, but there are pictures of graves in other places in the Middle East that have been very badly damaged. And I know that at least one Israeli bomb landed in the Gaza cemetery during the conflict earlier this year, although the Hamas says it's an Israeli bomb, and I tend not to believe Hamas when they blame Israel for explosions. I tend not to believe any of those guys. A few years ago, Egypt was blaming a series of shark attacks on the Mossad. And of course, there are any number of misfired rockets that kill Gazans, which are first blamed on Israel before it becomes apparent that they were misfired from Hamas. But whatever, I do hope that Uncle Mark's grave is still in one piece and that he's still fast asleep, because I'd hate to think he might wake up to what's happening in the world for which he laid down his life. Yesterday, I talked about the Cambridge Union compiling a list of people they wish to shut up. Sort of, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to hear you. And then there's this, Professor Kathleen Stock, late of Sussex University, hounded out of her professorial position and taking up a sort of job, I suppose it will be online, at least for the time being, with a sort of maverick university that's had to start up in response to all the woke rubbish that's going around. And that's based in Austin, Texas. Texas, of all places. I wonder if Uncle Mark thought he was dying childless to protect the right of a bunch of bigots in Sussex University to drive out of office a professor who thinks that trans women are not literally real biological women. I wonder whether he would have thought the fight worth it when a businessman is visited by the police to check his thinking, because he also said something about trans women. I'm not talking here about advocating violence, just having an opinion. I wonder how Uncle Mark might feel about his stand against an invasion if he knew about the estimated 1 million illegal immigrants in this country that nobody seems to be doing anything about. Look, I'm mentioning this not because of the people themselves, but the way that the system is stretched by them beyond tolerance. There are extra numbers for which we don't acknowledge they're there. So we have neither preparation nor plans to deal with them. Just ask anyone in the southeast trying to get a hospital appointment. So, Uncle Mark, sleep well. I wear this poppy for you. I never met you, nor all the mates buried around you in Gaza. But at the going down of the sun and in the morning, I will remember you.